magician places the signed playing card on the table and invites his participant to cover it with their hand or return it to the deck. He then shows the box to be empty before placing it on the table. Without anybody realizing, the magician has already executed his deception and the signed playing card is now inside the box. I am Daniel Madison, and this is Card. I am Daniel Madison, and this is Card 2 Box. I am Daniel Madison, this is Card 2 Box, one of the most devastatingly deceptive tricks I know. Right in front of their eyes, you take the signed card and you place it in the box and they do not see it happening. This is dirty, this is dangerous, and it's so much fun. I'm Daniel Madison, this is Card 2 Box. This is dangerous, and it's so much fun. I'm Daniel Madison, this is Card 2 Box. I'm Daniel Madison, this is Card 2 Box.
I am Daniel Madison, welcome back. Thanks for being here. You know that Charlie and I appreciate you choosing to spend a bit more time with us, so thank. In this video, I'm going to teach you my very own, my favorite Card 2 Box. This is a wonderful thing, You have a signed playing card. Your participant believes that they have their finger on the back of that playing card. Right there in front of them, you load the playing card into the box without them knowing. They just don't see it happen, they don't know it's happened. It's dangerous, it's dirty, it's very risky, but it's a lot of fun. Now this video, the trick itself, is made up of a few different things. So I'm going to teach you, and we're going to talk a little bit about the turnover move, the first switch that you see where you take the 3 cards, put it on the table. We're going to talk about that. I'm also going to give you a much better alternative so that there are no discrepancies at that point. I'm going to teach you how to load that playing card from a gambler's cop right in front of them into the box without them see it. Now, thanks to Daniel Schneider for inspiring me to make this video. I got hold of these playing cards some time back and I've been so eager to use them, and I hope that I've done them justice in this video. The King of Diamonds in this deck inspired me to show you something with my all-time favorite sleight of hand technique, the Gambler's Cop. So this video has been a lot of fun making, and I hope you have a lot of fun with me along the way. Get yourself a deck of playing cards. I'm Daniel Madison. This is Card 2 Box. So these are the Black Roses Club Special Black Roses Casino playing cards from my good friend Daniel Schneider. I'm very blessed and very fortunate to once again have my face feature on a King of Diamonds in the deck of playing cards, and it's a huge honor. I feel so touched. So Daniel Schneider, thank. What I really love about this deck, there's something really surreal which I can't find a place for in my head, which is what makes it such a beautiful thing. There are 2 King of Diamonds in this deck. Daniel Schneider has his face on the King of Diamonds, but he also put a second King of Diamonds in there with my face. So I'll let you kind of think about that yourself, what you could do with this and what you would do if you had a deck that had this. Mainly I think it's so that people can choose which King of Diamonds that they want, but either way it's a beautiful tribute. Now on this playing card, on my King of Diamonds, Daniel Schneider has updated the artwork for my King of Diamonds, in which you can see the King of Diamonds with a playing card, a 9 of club in a gambler's cop. It's a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful idea. What a beautiful reveal. The same thing's happening on Daniel Schneider's King of Diamonds, and he's holding the 2 of Diamonds. It's such a beautiful thing. Such a funny and beautiful thing. So, considering that I'm using this deck for the first time, which I've been really eager to start using these playing cards on film, such a beautiful deck of playing cards. Considering that my face is in there and my King of Diamonds is holding out the 9 of clubs in a gambler's cop, I want to teach you something that uses a gambler's cop. So that's what we're doing here today. Card 2 Box, one of my all-time favorite tricks. It's a beautiful concept, a beautiful idea, how you can load a signed playing card right there and then into a box right in front of somebody and they just don't see it. because of the way that the trick's designed, because of the way it plays out, because of very specific moments in the trick, and I'm going to teach you every single moment and how to do this so that nobody sees the deception. Of course, there's quite a lot going on in this trick, and considering the last video that I made, the in the hands blackout shift, which I advise you not to use, in a similar way, the first move that I demonstrate at the beginning of this video is a turnover move. So when you see me put the 3 of hearts down and it switches to the king, that is thanks to the turnover move, which I've taught quite a few times in my past, but I'm at a position right now where I'm thinking we shouldn't use that move because there are so many other better alternatives, less risky and more fair looking. But what the turnover move does, it allows us to show a playing card on top of the deck, and then we put it down on the table. In that motion, in that moment, the card has switched, and the signed card is now on the bottom of the deck. Not only at the bottom of the deck, but it's in a perfect position to go from the turnover move directly into a Gambler's Cup. It feels like a slight straight from the angels, and you can make it look like that and feel like that. But if we had to be harsh with the way that it looks on film and the way that it looks in front of somebody, although yes, you can get away with it, I've been getting away with it for 20 years, there is a discrepancy to it which you can't get away with it very cleanly. So as good as it is, as amazing as it is, I would advise nobody to use it. That being said, and because I'm saying that, I'm going to teach you a better way to achieve this trick. So there's a lot going on in this video, so we're going to get to it before I start wasting time again, Charlie. Keep your voice down. So we're going to start with, I'm using the King of Diamond on top of the 3 of Heart, which has been signed by my brother James Carver. This is his playing card. When we take the cards out of the box, or if we have the box nearby when we're using it, we don't want to put the box away because we know we're going to use it for a trick, and there's a very specific way in which we're going to put the box on the table, which is going to set us up for a certain move in a few moments. So when we take the deck out of the box, we want to be putting the box down like this. So we put it to this side, to our right side, with the tuck on top, not like this, but like this. So the tuck is on top here. Excuse me, I just did a silent burp. What? And by the way, yes, I am using a sausage to hide my microphone. So we're going to start with the double lift with the double turnover to show the 3 of Heart. I have a King of Diamond hidden behind it. Now when we turn those 2 cards over, we're going to hold them like this on our thumb. So this is kind of a tent position, I guess you can call it that. Now from here we're going to go straight into the turnover move that puts the 3 of Hearts either in a Gambler's Cup or close enough for us to manipulate into a Gambler's Cup. And it looks like this. I'll do the move first a few times and then I'll demonstrate how to do it. So if you look at my hand now where the deck is, you can see the card protrude in the back. All I have to do now is pull down with my pinky, take the deck and put it here, meanwhile keep that card in my hand. So I now have the 3 of Heart in my hand, stolen, whilst meanwhile everybody believes that it's right here, whereas this is in fact the King of Diamond. So I'll show you that one more time. So we turn over like this, and then we turn it down and put it on the table. The deck goes down. Meanwhile, I have the 3 of Heart in a cup, and this is the King of Diamonds. Now, even when I'm watching this, even when I'm performing this for myself and seeing it in the mirror, it is a beautiful thing. It really is. The development of it, the amount of practice it's going to take for you to get clean and perfect is unreal, but it's worth it. All that being said, I do believe that instinctively when we're watching this move, we can tell something's going on, and unfortunately that's not good enough. But still, I'm going to teach it to you because you might just want to practice this to stay on top of your sleight of hand skills. It might influence you or inspire you to create something better, maybe. So it goes from here. I turn over, I hold it with my thumb here, and then I'm going to pinch it at the top with fingers 1 and 2 here. The corner that's closest to me here, the inside back corner, my thumb on the back, fingers 1 and 2 on the front. And when I turn it face down, notice where all my fingers are on the deck hand. I'm almost straddle gripping the whole deck. Now when I turn it down like this, as soon as I know that the 3's gone out of sight so nobody can see it, I do this. I start to push it away with finger 2 like this. So I push it all the way away from the king of diamond. Now what this does, it pushes it underneath the deck as both cards turn face down, and now I put it down. All the fingers of the deck hand, well not all of them, fingers 2, 3 and 4 of the deck hand are going to help me achieve this, and they're going to execute kind of a running motion where they can pull that 3 of heart all the way underneath the deck. So when it goes down like this, I start to push it away. Fingers 2 and 3 are pulling it all the way back under the deck, and now I can put the king down here. So it only takes a slight movement of both those fingers to pull that card into place. Like, I don't have to do too much. I often find this bad habit, which I find it hard to get out of, where finger 2 curls all the way under the deck, allowing that 3 to be pulled under the deck so cleanly. Now my habit of this, I'm aware that it's a bad habit, and I'm aware that there is a discrepancy there. So I hide my finger 2 underneath the deck. I just keep it there until the heat is off the deck itself. When we're doing this turnover move, we want to manipulate the 3 of heart back slightly, so it's out jogging the back of the deck like this, and all that takes is a little bit of a push towards us with finger 2. Now your practice of this is going to be somewhere between pacing and speed. We don't want to rush this move. Yes, if we rush it, we can make it completely invisible. If we go fast, we can make it completely invisible, but you can kind of tell, you can kind of hear instinctively that something went on. So I don't like that. At the same time, we can go super slow motion and still get away with the move without anybody seeing it. However, when we do it so slowly, we're inviting people to look at every possible angle and pay more attention, so we don't want that. We want to go somewhere between both those points that feels like a natural way of just taking the 3 of hearts and putting it down on the table. So if I do this really slowly just to demonstrate how deceptive it is, you can kind of see that something happened, but still it was very clean. The move itself is just a clean idea. We're over here with the 3 of heart. We can take people's attention, we can draw their eyes away from all these discrepancies by simply taking that apparent 3 of hearts over here, over to the edge of the table towards our participant, which is actually the king of diamond. So we do the move, which I'll expose like this, and then we put the king over here. Now the eye of the participant is going to follow the king of diamonds. It's not going to be looking at me or the deck. They're going to follow the king of diamonds. This gives us enough time for the deck to come back here and to start getting into a gambler's cop. Now, when you're practicing that turnover move, you want to try manipulate that 3 of hearts into the best possible position for a gambler's cop, and that really is just out jogged slightly towards the back of the deck. From this position here, we can just pull down with the pinky, and then when we come to take the deck back, the thumb can press down on this card as we take the deck away, and then the card is simply left in a gambler's cop, which is, in an exposed point of view, finger 2 is just kind of gripping that card into my hand. As long as this corner is below the entire length of the finger with the extension of the hand, as long as it's below this point, then we're safe. Because if I show you this angle, as long as it's not sticking out here, we are safe. We are completely safe. Not going to go too much into the gambler's cop because that is a masterclass of its own, which, by the way, you can pick up on my website. So when we are putting that apparent 3 of heart down, we want to do this. We want to put it down and wait for a moment. This buys us a little bit of time over here, over with the deck, so that we can get that king into a gambler's cop, or at least get it prepared for a gambler's cop. Again, when we're pointing and we're directing, we say we put it here. We are drawing people's attention over to the card. I'm now going to come back, take the deck away, push down on that card, on the 3 of heart, which is here, and then I'm going to put the deck over here toward the participant again, towards this direction, toward the participant. If I put it over here, I'm shading something that doesn't need to be shaded. I don't need to hide this. If I shade it, if I put it here like this, it could look like to an audience, to a participant, that I'm trying to hide something, where I'm not, so I don't want to draw attention. Nobody's looking at this hand. Don't believe that because you're holding out a dirty palm, people are looking. Nobody's looking here. They're all looking here, and they're looking at your movements. So when I put the deck down, let's just break that down into a few moments. Right now the attention is all here. Right now the attention is all here. And then right now the attention is all here. Not one moment of that is anybody looking at my hand, but the palmed Three of Hearts. So in this position, the deck was put here, the box was put here on purpose, intentionally, because the flow of this, the design of this, I go from here to here, back, here, and now I just have to pick the box up like this. There's very little movement, I don't have to move too much. Now when I pick the box up, I'm going to squeeze the box this edge and this edge towards the bottom. Now this causes the box to do, wow, what a strange angle, let me just fix this. This causes the box to do this. I want it to pop open a little bit. Also, something that might be useful to know, you might want to fold these flaps back before you begin. I'm by no means saying that you take the cards out of the box and stand there and go, hold on a second, I'm just gonna set something up. I'm not saying that. I'm saying maybe you do this before you even take the cards out of the box. To me, I've never once thought about this. I've never once thought of these getting in the way. Even if they get in the way, when you are loading the card into the box, it's going to push them out of the way. And to prove that, to show you, I'm going to fold them inwards so you can see exactly a potential flaw or problem is not actually one. It's just up here, it's in your head. So I'm going to pinch the box so it's like this. This does two things. One, it opens the box ready for me to put a card inside. Two, it allows me to show the box cleanly and fairly empty. Thoroughly, cleanly and fairly empty. I pinch the box like this. Now I go from here and I lift it up and I go above the card that's on the table, above the apparent Three of Hearts like this. I go like this and I make sure I'm lined above it intentionally, and I show the box like this so that the participant, the audience, can stare down the barrel of the gun. They can look right down there and see nothing. Now when I take this back, I'm not taking it away, I'm just switching. My body language makes this so natural that it doesn't really look like anything's happening, other than I'm now going to point to the Three of Hearts, what they believe is the Three of Hearts. I'm going to point to it with my empty hand, with my apparently empty hand. When you use a dirty palm, a hand that is palming a playing card, when you use it to do an action, we are sending a message to our audience that that hand is empty. We're not going like this, we're not going, oh, my hand's empty, there's nothing in it, and nobody look here. But the action itself, the fact that we can do things with this hand still, the audience subconsciously, maybe silently in their head says, oh, his hand's doing something, therefore it must be empty. So if I stand here, back here, and keep my hand here the whole time, and the right hand does absolutely everything, I'm inadvertently drawing attention to this hand. So I want to make sure it's moving. I don't want to keep it still. And if I can give it a job, then nobody's going to question whether there's anything going on with this hand, anything wrong with this hand or not. So I go from here, I'm holding a box out for the audience to see, for my participant to see. Now I do this body language switch where my body's this way. Now I'm going to do this. Not so dramatically, but this is the feel of it. This is the body language of it. It's a bit of a dance. I'm going to go from here. Now I'm going to pull the box backwards as I go forwards with this hand, with the dirty hand, to point at this card. I'm even going to touch the card, and maybe I can move it forward if I want to. This further allows me to show Susan Sausage, my audience, that there's nothing in my hand. Now look at the situation from here to here. Look at this situation. It's perfect. It's a thing of pure beauty, Charlie. Look how the box is lined up with the cupped playing card. It's perfect. It's beautiful. And it's natural. That's the most beautiful thing about it. I go, look, the box is empty, nothing in the box. Put your finger on the back of the card for me. Now I'm in this position, I've lined up the box with the card. All I have to do is the dirty move, and I've given an instruction to Susan Sausage to do something, to put her finger on the back of the card. I might ask her to do something else. I might say pick the card up, put it on top of the deck. It doesn't matter, as long as you give them something to do. all their attention is now focused on this one thing, on this task, and this little insecurity, this little devil's gonna come up and say, oh my God, Susan, don't get this wrong. Susan, if you get this wrong, I'm gonna kill you. Susan, don't do this, don't do it wrong. So they're gonna have this little internal dialogue where they're gonna be thinking so much about this responsibility. If you give a responsibility to your participant, that's the best direction of attention you could possibly wish for, because at that moment they're going to be looking nowhere else other than their responsibility. So I've gone from here, look, the box is empty. Susan, put your finger on top of this card for me, please. As she's doing it, I simply bring the box forward slightly, but the dirty hand now does all the work. I now feed the card. As I pull my finger away, I feed the card into the box. I spin the box around, making sure that that card goes fully in and that nobody sees here. I spin it around into this hand, and now I put it here, again towards Susan Sausage, and now I can step back. It looks like, here's what it looks like. So the box, look, the box is empty. Susan, put your finger on the back of the card for me, please. Thank you, perfect. And now I'm clean, completely clean. She thinks she's got her finger on the back of the 3 of heart. It's the King of Diamond. The 3 of heart is in the box. How could it possibly in the box? How could it possibly be in the box? I watched you put it on the table. You just showed me an empty box for some reason, and now I've got my finger on the back of 3 of heart. What the hell is going on, Charlie? Look how beautiful that dance is. Look how amazingly pretty this dance looks. Everything works so smoothly because of the specific positioning of everything and my actions, which I don't rush. Let's go over the box one more time, the loading of the box, so I can show you the speed, the pacing, and how you can do this confidently, because right now a lot of people are going to be watching this thinking, oh my God, that is so risky, that's so dangerous, that's so dirty. But yeah, it's all those things, but we know where Susan's looking, and we know how clean this looks from head on, because you're going to practice this in front of a mirror. I've practiced this so many times on people, in front of mirrors, filming from every angle. Even the bad angle for a gambler's cop don't see this because the attention's in the right place. That's just a matter of practicing your audience management skills, which comes over time, comes with practice. So I go here, I put the card down, I say, look, the box is empty, right? I want you to put your finger on the back of the card for me, please. Perfect, right. And now you're done. The rest is up to you, If you want to do it as a trick way, just say, where's the 3 of heart? And she said, oh, it's under my finger. And I say, what if I could get, here's one of the things I do. I'm going to cut myself off, Madison. I'm going to cut you off, and I'm telling people how I do this. So a beautiful trick for me, once you've done this, you step back, it's in the box. You say, I'm going to get that 3 of heart into the box, and I'm going to do it without you seeing me do it. Do you think it's possible? They're going to go, no, because I'm going to be watching you. Obviously, there's no way you're going to be able to get that 3 of hearts in that box, because that's not what I'm looking for. Like when someone says, yo, Madison, can you do that trick where the card is on the other side of the glass? No, you numbskull, because now you've told everybody to look at the glass. This is kind of one of those situations, but we're messing with people's what are we messing with, Charlie? Oh yeah, people's brains. Because the work's already done. The beautiful thing is snapping your fingers. Why the hell did the magician snap their fingers, Charlie? It doesn't make sense. So now all it's left to do is turn this over to reveal the 3 isn't even there, and the box that they just looked at, they just looked inside it, is empty. Now when they look at it and they can do the work, that's the most beautiful thing. It's the most beautiful thing. You don't have to do anything. They can pick the box up and they can see that there's a card inside there. And it's not just any card, it's this signed card. So it's not even a duplicate, Charlie. It's not a duplicate, you understand? We're not finished yet, Charlie. Let's take a look at this box, because I know a lot of people are going to be worried about this box, about this moment. It's something that you don't rush. You certainly, excuse me, I just did another silent burp. Nobody's going to be, I know that people are going to be worried about this box, about this moment, about loading it right in front of somebody. There's a few discrepancies to think about. One, what if you miss the box? If you miss the box, then you just need more practice. I don't know how you could miss the box in this position. I'm doing everything I can to help you line this up perfectly so that you can't miss the box. All you gotta do is move your hand backwards, because you've gone from here and now you're here. Look how lined up you are. It's perfect. You don't have to think about it. All you got to do is move backwards and put the box down. You've opened the box up. You've made the gap big enough. Even if the flaps are in the way like this, the only flap you need to worry about really is the tuck box, but the tuck flap. But you're not going to have that in the way because you know what you're going to be doing. Even with them slightly in the way, I know that I can get this card in there because all I have to do is move it backwards, and the tabs are going to move out of the way. Any noise that the box makes that you might be worried about, they're justified because you're passing the box from the right hand to the left hand to put it down. That is a justification. If you do this, if you're here, you load the box and then you put it over this side, you're gonna draw the wrong kind of attention because that didn't make sense. It didn't make logical sense to pass it from the right hand to the left hand and then put it on the right side, because if you were going to do that, surely you would just do this, right? So we're putting it over here on this side for a very specific reason. It all has to make sense, and with this trick it really all does. Now, going back to the beginning, the turnover move, I don't like the turnover move. Any trick with a deck of playing cards where you can take your hands off, where you can touch things the least amount of time possible, that is a sign, that is a visual of pure magic in your spectator's mind, in your participant's mind. He didn't even touch the playing cards. One of the most beautiful things I love to do when it comes to needing to switch a playing card in front of somebody for a trick. I know I've taught quite a few different switches on my channel, but I'm going to go back to basics with this idea. For me, when I'm doing this trick, it's a matter of this. It's a matter of the deck. The box goes here where I need it. We'll have a playing card signed. Let's say we have it returned to the deck for whatever reason. For me, if it was returning to the deck, it's simply so that I can manipulate it into a position where I can get a double lift. So now I've got it to the top of the deck where it's in a double lift. So the first part of the trick, I found your card. Oh wow, you found the card. No, that's not the trick. Let me show you the trick. Now, I'm going to take the deck, put it over here. I'm holding two playing cards together as cleanly and as fairly as I can. I display them. What cameras am I going to be best showing you this on? So I'm going to display both the cards, and then I'm going to put them in my hands for a moment. Perhaps it's just a gesture like this. Then I come back and I take the card and put it here. And now I've managed to steal away the Three of Hearts and put the King of Diamonds down here. It's the most simple. There's no discrepant moments. There's no moments where they can say, hold on, what did he just do? Because I'm simply going, we see the Three of Hearts, it's in my hand, I take the three, I put it on the table, nothing else happened. Meanwhile, the Three of Hearts is here and the King of Diamonds here. This is the way I do it every time. I don't like the turnover move, like I said. If you want to use it, it's up to you, but I would advise not, because there's so many other different ways of achieving the same thing, and as simple as that, which the slide itself, if you want to name the slide, it's called one. So we hold two playing cards, they go in this hand, I do a gesture. Notice how I put them in the position of a gambler's cup. I'm making life easy for myself, so I put it in the gambler's cup position. Everybody can see it. Now when I come over, I take the top card only and I wrist kill so that I can hide the gambler's cup as I put this card down. Now I'm in a position where I can point with this hand and continue using this hand. So that's the move that I would take over that I would get rid of the turnover switch for. Now there's a moment in this where you're kind of giving everything away. You do give everything away right near the very beginning, because I have the Three of Hearts palmed here, gambler's cup. I take the box and I say, look, inside it's empty. The only reason why I would be showing somebody an empty box is if I was going to use it in a few moments to reveal something inside. It's the only way. If you can find a way to build it into your repertoire, into your trick, into this trick specifically, to be able to show that box empty without drawing attention to it, perhaps you give the box to the participant, you give the deck to the participant, they take the whole deck out and shuffle, and they're the ones who put the box on the table. Maybe that way, when we come to do the move and we say, maybe we can look in the box and then show it to the participant without saying anything. And now there's a bit of confusion, because are we checking that they didn't leave any playing cards inside? Is that what we're doing? Who knows? But I do like this idea that as soon as you do this, their mind is going to start ticking. As soon as you go, look, there's nothing inside the box, put your finger on top of the playing card. We are suggesting what's going to happen right there and then without saying it, because they know that I'm going to do something with that card because I've isolated it, I've taken it out, and now they've got a finger on it, and I've shown an empty box, so they kind of know what's coming. So it's important that we don't waste too much time. At the same time, it's important that we choose to be wise at this point, because we've set ourselves up for the most golden moment where they think the three of hearts is here, and right in front of them, it's now inside the box next to them. Now let's think about what we can do with this. Like, what other things could you do with this? This is why I don't suggest this on my channel. I get to this point and I don't say you must do this, because at this moment there are thousands of different things that you can do, and that's up to you as a performer. Take these slides and use them how you want, but do whatever you want at this point. It's up to you. Whatever suits your routine and whatever suits your character, your personality, your style of magic. At this point, maybe there's an idea where we take the playing card ourselves and we do a Gambler's Cop vanish, so the card vanishes and then we can show it inside the box. We now have what they thought was the three of hearts palmed in our hand. We can lap it off the table. What about the easier idea for people who aren't really necessarily comfortable with those kind of slides? If we take that card and put it on top of the deck, snap our fingers, turn it over, it could look like the top card vanished. Maybe we make it look like the three of hearts vanished. So we suggest that the three of hearts is on top, and we do this. We do a magical thing and the card's vanished. Personally, I like the idea of taking the card and saying, okay, so the three of hearts, and then it's gone. Maybe we can do that over the box. Maybe somewhere along the line, when the card's inside the box, we can say, listen, pick the box up, put it in your hand. When they pick it up, hopefully they won't see the three of hearts. Hopefully they pick it up and go like this. Right now, what do you want me to do? And they are not aware that they just picked up the three of hearts. Perhaps this really is up to you. This is where I'm going to leave it to you to be creatively developmental with what you do with these slides. Maybe. And also, one of my biggest hopes is that you take my tricks and you pull them apart and you pick a slide out, and maybe you can use it for something else. And this is one of those things, specifically because of the amount of things that are going on in this trick. I'm very aware, Charlie, that this is a long video, so I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me learning this today. We're going to cut to an outro. That was Card 2 Box. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you use any of my slides or any of my ideas, anything I give you on my YouTube channel, if you use any of them in the social networks, find a way to tag me. I don't like the idea that you credit somebody like me when you show a trick online, because it leads your audience to me where they find the secret. But if you stick my name on it, if you stick a hashtag Daniel Madison, then I can come and find it and check it out, and I'll maybe give you some guidance, maybe give you a little bit of appreciation. Of all the Card 2 Box ideas, this one's my absolute favorite, but I do have so many others. Now I'm going to share another one with the Alliance right now over at madison.ist. Come along, check us out if you want to join the cult. But I will be back soon with some other more interesting ideas for Card 2 Box, because maybe you want an alternative, maybe you want one that's less risky. Well, I might just have the trick for you, so make sure you subscribe so that your notification bell goes ding every time I drop a new tutorial. Now, it's been a while since I did a deck giveaway video. Make sure to subscribe, stay tuned in the next video. I'm going to gather up all the playing cards that I've been using recently, and I'm going to choose one lucky winner, one lucky viewer of my YouTube channel to send them all to give them all to. But more details about that in the next video. Thanks for spending some time with me and Charlie today. Really do appreciate it. I'm Daniel Madison. See you next time.